folks, welcome to this edition of Dreadball 101. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Tonight we have the Greenmoon Smackers taking on the Bremlin Nebulas. For those of you following along, that's the Marauder team versus the Kalishi team. An interesting note, the Marauder team has Orc Guards and Goblin Jacks, whereas the Kalishis have Jacks and Strikers. They have no guards, whereas the Marauders have no Strikers. So this ought to be an interesting game. In tonight's edition, we are playing with the event cards. We have already set up to start the game. The event cards have already been shuffled into the deck, and as we pull an event, we'll explain how it works. We've got a Elmer and Dobbs here who will be holding the card for you so you can see it. And let's get started with some Dreadball. New setup tonight. We have another camera set up. Actually, I'm filming with an iPad and an iPhone because, you know, we can't afford fancy cameras. But we're going to try the picture-in-picture, see how it works out. All right, let's launch the ball and get started. Now, when you start every game, you will launch the ball. When you roll, the ball always launches from the coach's left, home team going first, and I roll a 5. And when you launch the ball, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stopping in these center hexes. At least I'm going to fix this damn ball. So the hex is marked. If I was to roll a 6, it would bounce off the wall and then it would scatter in one of the two directions. With the ball launched, I will take my first action. And he has cleverly set all of his players as far away from me as possible, making it more difficult for me to go over there and slam him. So, let's see what we can do. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so our first action is going to be on number 3, who's this guard right here. He is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he is going to dash once with a speed of 4+ into that hex. So the first thing we have to do is make a dash. Now, a dash is a additional square running for an extra, or additional square, an extra hex. And it is a 1, 2, 3 check. For every hex you want to dash to, after your initial move, it's you need an additional success. So I'm only going 1 hex. I have 3 dice. It is a speed test. His speed is 4 better. I need 1 success. And I have 2 successes. A success on the die roll is equal to or better than your target number. And let's see if I can get that into focus real quick. That's their stat line. I needed a 4+. Okay. He successfully dashed in, and now he's going to slam that. That is a jack, correct? Mm-hmm. All right. He's going to slam the jack. Now, when he slams the jack, he's going to get 3 dice plus 1 because he's a guard, and that's what guards do. They hit. Plus 1 for momentum because he's moving. So I'm going to roll 5 dice. And this is a strength test, and my strength for the Orc Guards is 3. Wow, we missed 2. But I got a full house, so mark that on my Yahtzee score. So 3 successes.
And I'm going to dodge.
He's dodging, and he's going to have 3 dice to dodge, and his stat
is a 3+.
It's an agility, so it's 3 or better. He has 3 successes. So with that, he will turn and we will stare at each other. All right, so now what am I going to do? That didn't work out the way I wanted it. So I'm going to spend another action. I could slam her again from where she's at. I think you had her facing the wrong way. You meant to have her facing forward. I think I could slam again, but I would not get momentum. I'd only get 4 dice at 3s or better. Still have better odds than him, but let me see what else I can do. Before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and buy a card. The Marauder started with 1 card and 2 coaching dice, and the Nebulas just start with their 8 starting players. He could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and dash.
So 5 and dash 2 9.
Yeah, right.
Works not that good.
Yeah, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and dash. Okay, so we're going to play one on number 2, who's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to dash once into that hex. Again, 3 dice speed test. 4 is a better, needing 1 success. And he gets none.
That's what I like to see.
So,
he's going to go right there.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and have him bite the dust. Because I really need to hang on to my cards. All right, things are going well to begin with. All right, my 4th action was going to be on number 6, who's this goblin right here, who's going to go 1, 2, and attempt to pick up the ball. A pickup is going to be a 3-die skill test. Basically, anything to do with the ball will be a skill test. So, I get 3 dice, and I need 4s or better. And I have 2 successes, so I have doubled. When I double a pickup, you get a free action. Basically, it's anything but a sprint. And so with that, he is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he stops there. And give him the ball back, and the goblin will stop. Now, ta-do! We are going to... He'll actually have to dodge if necessary. So, I'm going to play a card. The card is... There we go. Jack or Guard Slam. I'm going to play this card on number 3. When playing cards and actions, you can play 2 actions and 1 card on each model, or on each player. So I've already given him 1 action. I'm going to play 1 card on him. He's going to go ahead and slam since that's what the card says he can do. This time he only gets 4 dice. He gets 3 as a base plus 1 for being a guard, needing 3s or better. And we have 3 successes. We have 4 successes. All right, let's keep them going. 5 successes.
Did you roll 5 dice?
No, I rolled 4 dice. And you have 3 dice to dodge. I assume you're dodging. For 3s or better, you get 2. All right, he had 2 successes to my 5. I have doubled him, so I can push him back, or push her back and knock her down. I can follow up if I wish. Yeah, I'll go ahead and follow up. And now she has to make the armor saves equal to the difference. So she's got to make 3 armor checks. Her armor on that Jack is a 5 or better. Fails them all. She goes out for 3, and that is a fan check. Anytime you take an opponent out, a player out for 3 or more, you'll get a fan check. It's worth 2 fans. As soon as I get 3 fans, I will get a coaching die. My last action is going to be on number 6, who's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here and stop. I am just out of her threat and not close to her. And he's going to stop right there. And I'm then going to play my last card, which is Jack or Striker Throw. And that Jack is going to throw for the strike. Okay. When you make a throw, it's the shortest route to the target. That shortest route could be 1, 2, 3, but that's blocked by that model. 1, 2, 3, again it's blocked, but 1, 2, 3 is not blocked. So there is an open path, so therefore I can throw it towards the target. It is a 3-die throw, so I start with a base 3 dice, but I lose 1 because I'm throwing at a small target. So I only get 2 dice to make this throw. So I will throw in 1 coaching die, giving me 3 dice total. And their skill is, again, a 4 better for the Jack, needing 1 success, 3 sixes, so I double it. When you double a strike, it is a fan check. That gives me a total of 3, so I will get that coaching die back. And not only that, I move the score 3 in my favor. The ball will now come over here so that my opponent can launch the ball next. And the last thing I will do is I will move the ref. And we trigger an event. So, whenever an event card comes up, basically you're going to discard this card to draw another one. And then as soon as that's complete, we're going to flip over an action. So, we'll discard that. I'm going to flip my other one over to move the ref. The ref is going to move 1. Now, in the upper, sorry, I'm having to move it around the table. So, in the upper left-hand corner of each card is a number. And that number tells you how far the ref is going to move. So the ref is only going to move 1 space, so she's not really mobile yet, but we're going to go ahead and put her right there. And now we're going to trigger that event. And that event says, sideline shenanigans. There has been an inappropriate incident off pitch. The rushing coach chooses an opposing player in the subs bench or sin bin or a supporting staff model. The owning coach does the same to the rushing coach. Both models are permanently removed for the rest of the game. If the rushing coach has no eligible players or staff, discard this card. So, it's been an inappropriate incident off pitch. The rushing coach chooses an opposing player in the subs bench or in the sin bin. Well, I'm taking out that striker. So that striker is gone for the rest of the game. Now, my opponent gets to do the same thing. Now, this one doesn't stay in play. It'll go away, but I'll put it there so you can at least see what the action is. I'll move that light back. Hopefully that works. So, he's going to pick one of my players that's now out of the game, and the event is over. Now, that could be really painful if you're like holding back your level 3 or 4 striker for later in the game. That was the first event drawn, and at the end of it, it'll go away. I'll just leave it here so you can still see that when it just happened. Okay, it is now rush number 2, and G, you will launch the ball.
All right.
And he has a 5. So he's going to put it right there, right where the ref was. And now he will take his first action.
My first action is going to be to take this jack. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to dash.
Jack is dashing to try to slam the guard from behind. So a dash again, 3 dice. Since it's a jack, the jack gets an additional die. He forgot to roll his 4th die, which is new in this version of the game. So, speed is a 4+. He has 1 success. That's all he needed. He has dashed into the hex. Now, I have a feeling he's going to try to lay out my orc.
All right, I get.
So, you're going to slam the orc. You're going to get.
I have 5 dice because I have backstab.
Backstab. Now, backstab is a nasty little ability that the Nebulas have. He's already going to hit with a strength 5, but backstab will give him an additional +1 die modifier, and he'll get a +1 for moving. So a total of 5 dice, needing 5s or better. My guard, on the other hand, will only get 3 dice. 2 dice, 3 dice base -1 because he's being hit from behind to attempt to dodge out of the way. So I'll use my agility, which is 4 or better. He's needing 5s or better on 5 dice. Gets 1 success. I have 2 dice needing a 4 and a 6. I needed 4s. I doubled. So on a dodge, when you double, you can move 1 hex and face any direction. I'm going to move 1 hex and face this direction. Now, that was not... Now, normally if you hit a player from behind, it's okay if you started behind them to begin with. Remember, every player has 180 degrees that they can see. My player was facing this direction, and she came from over here, so he couldn't see her. Had she started here, where he could see her, and ran around and hit from behind, that would be a sucker punch, and that would be a foul. All right, so your second action.
I'll buy a card.
Buying a card. What you get?
Third action. We will move the striker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then attempt to pick up the ball.
Okay. Again, the pickup is a skill test. 3 dice plus 1 because he is a striker, so 4 dice. Their skill is a 4.
And I do not get the double.
And he does successfully pick up the ball, but he did not double, so no free action. So that card may come in handy and may help that situation. All right, 4th action, sir.
We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, what he just did was a sprint.
11.
When you sprint, you double your movement, but every hex facing counts as a move.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Dash.
Okay, it's going to dash for 1. Again, it's a jack. Gets the extra die on a dash. So 4 dice total, because it's always a base 3 plus the modifier. Remember, in Dreadball, you never modify your target number, only the number of dice rolled.
And yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, so you got to roll for your dash, sir.
Oh yeah, that would be important.
4 dice, needing 4 success.
All right. Last action, we'll go 1 and throw the ball to my jack.
Okay. Now, on a throw, there's no handoffs. You have to throw it, so consider it as you will. Nothing's free. So you're gonna make it's a 3 dice base for the first 3 hexes. He's within 1. If you were throwing between 4 and 6 hexes, say your target was here, be 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away, you would lose 1 die, and if he was 6 to 9 hexes, you would lose 2 dice. So it's a base 3, but since it's a striker, he gets an extra die.
So 3 dice minus 1 because I moved.
Minus 1 because you moved, plus 1 because you're a striker, so you're at 4 dice.
3 dice.
Striker, plus 1, minus 1. Yeah, I'm sorry, 3 dice.
All right.
There's 3 successes.
3 successes.
Okay. Now, the number of successes you make on the throw is how accurate the pass is, and that's how many dice the catcher is going to get. The jack trying to catch the ball gets those 3 dice. Again, needing 4s or better. Has 1 success and does not double. So, he did successfully catch the ball, and that is the end of that action.
So 2 actions on this one. I bought a card. 1 action on that one.
And 1 action to move that one.
I'll
So
put
1
my jack
action
in.
left. That's why he passed to the jack. He's going to play his card, jack any action, discard it so the crowd can see. Let me flip those around so the crowd can actually see what those actions are. He's at jack any action card.
So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dash.
He's dashing once,
Make it.
makes 1.
I'm gonna dash twice.
And he's going to dash a second time, going to try to get to 3 points. Right now he needs 2 successes on this. And he gets 2 successes. Exactly what he needed.
And we'll throw the strike.
So now he's going to throw. So to throw the strike, he's going to get a base 3 dice, minus 1 for moving, minus 1 for throwing at a small target. So he's going to get 1 die to throw this strike, needing a
4 or better.
4 or better, and he gets a 5. So with that massive run there towards the end, he will, or towards the end of his rush, he will bring the score back down to 0 with that 3-pointer, but he did not double, so he does not get a fan check.
Move the ref.
All right, so next thing we're going to do is move the ref, and the ref is going to move 2.
All right. So 1, 2.
Okay, and
Actually, we'll go 1, 2.
all right, and move your tokens. And we are now at rush 3. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is launch the ball. And at the end of your rush, anybody in your sin bin goes down 1. And the ball is going to launch 4. It's here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So with that, what to do? First thing we're going to do is we're going to spend an action and buy a card. Let's spend an action on number 2 and attempt to stand up. Standing up is an agility test. 3 dice. I need 1 success on a what am I? I'm on a 4 or better. He stands up, but he does not double. I really needed him to double that. But anyway, he is up and ready to hit something. I'm going to spend another action on that same orc to go 1, 2, 3, and slam this jack from behind. So I will get a base 3 plus 1 for moving plus 1 die for hitting from or for being a guard. He's going to get 3 dice base minus 1 for being hit from behind. I need 3s or better, and I have 5 successes. All he can do is dodge at 3s or better. He has 2 successes. So again, I have beat him by 3 total successes. We're going to put him here and knock him down. I will follow up. And he fails all 3. He's out for 3. And that gives me another fan check. That gives me 1 fan. 2 more and I get another coaching die. Okay, now I need to do something about that ball. I'm going to spend 1 action on number 6, who's a little guy who scored earlier. He's going to go 1. He's going to sprint, so every hex facing counts as 1. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3 into her threat, 4. He's going to try to leave her threat. So anytime you're moving out of a threat zone, you have to evade. And evade is a 3-die agility test, minus 1 for the threat, so I get 2 dice. His agility is a 3 or better, so he should hopefully pass this. Need 1 success, got 2, so that was 1. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he's going to go ahead and dash 1. So again, a dash for a jack is 3 dice plus 1 because he's a jack. And it's a speed test, and his speed is 3 or better. Needing 1 success, we're good. He will enter the hex with the ball. Now he's going to try to pick it up. So when you pick up the ball on a sprint, it's 3 dice minus 1 because you're sprinting. So I have 2 dice. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a coaching die to give me 3 dice. And I need 4s or better. And 2. Excellent. So he picks up the ball. He doubled, so he gets the free action. And he's going to go back the way he came. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to stop right there. Okay. So he's going to spend my last action on the same little guy, who's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to where he was. And he's going to go ahead and throw since it's my last action. So, base 3 dice. Minus 1 for moving. Minus 1 for small target, giving me 1 die. I'm going to throw in my last coaching die. Needing 4s or better. No! Do I want to hold this card or do I want to take the reroll? I'm going to go ahead and re-roll one of these dice. And I'm going to throw away the nastiest card in the game, which is the Ball Shatters. I can with the cards now in the new version, they're only action and special, and the event cards will come with either the captains or with the event deck like we have here. You can spend a card to re-roll a die if you need to. I'm going to re-roll 1 die. I need 1 success. A 4 or better. A 6. A 6 gives me a success. And another 6 gives me a double, so that was well spent. That double will give me a fan check. which will give me 1 more fan, and it will also give me 3 points. All right, so with that, my rush is over. I will now move the ref, and we have another event. So we'll go ahead and move the ref first. The ref is going to move 5, and that's going to make the ref go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And now we trigger our next event, and our next event is, might be easier over here, Excitable Fans. All strike attempts generate a fan check and trigger a new event card, even if they miss. So, fans are going nuts. This is going to stay in play, so we're going to put that over here on Elmer and Dobbs. And as soon as a strike attempt is made, it will generate a fan check no matter what, and then we'll trigger another event. All right. With that, it is now rush 4, and it is your turn, sir.